everyone. This is Candy. Welcome, Candy, to the show. Now, everybody has to understand. 2 years ago, Candy says she found true love with a man named Joe. And earlier this year, they welcomed their first child. So, you can imagine how horrified Candy was when she began to suspect that Joe has a strange fetish to being attracted to much older women. Something, by the way, he admits to. But Candy now fears that Joe may be cheating with one of those older women. Who might that be? Well, it's Candy's 65-year-old grandmother, Carol. Here's her story.
My grandmother let Joe move in with us. I thought she liked him like a grandson. But over the past few months, my gut keeps telling me that Joe is having sex with my 65-year-old grandmother. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I see Joe coming out of my grandma's bedroom. I want to know what the hell is going on. My grandmother is not an ordinary grandmother. She like to dance, smoke, and she be drinking no wine pools. My boyfriend Joe, we got an 8-month-old son together. It would break my heart to find out that this stuff is true. The sad part is, my grandma is not the only woman that I'm worried about. If I find out Joe been cheating with my grandmother, I'm cutting both of their asses out of my life.
Your grandmother.
My 65-year-old grandmother, Maury. Maury, I wake up at 4 o'clock and I'm looking for my man and I see him coming up out of my grandma's room.
Really? What did he say?
He's talking about they was just sitting in there watching TV. You ain't finna spend 2 hours sitting in our room watching TV.
Didn't you also find something in your grandmother's room that was his?
Maury, I found his pants is laid on the side of my grandma's bed.
As I understand it, he has admitted that he kind of is attracted to older women.
Yes, Maury. I done found out texts from older women, 40, 50, 60 years old.
Really? But he says he's not doing anything with those
Maury,
women.
he tell me he ain't doing nothing, but I don't believe him. I'm tired of I want to find out today.
By the way, now where did you get this idea that your grandmother and he were at a motel together?
My friend called me. She see my grandma and my man coming out of the hotel room. You my grandma. How could you sleep with my man? How could you have anything to do with him?
Everybody should understand this. She raised you.
Don't do stuff like that.
She, Maury, this woman watched my mama have me. She watched me came about my mama womb. And for me to sit here and hell against my grandma, that's straight up his phone.
Have a seat, Carol.
I hear her lying. She didn't see no pants in my room by his.
So what was
But
he
he was
doing
in his
room?
room. But he was in your.
No bitch doing it. Being in your room.
Well, wait a
at 4 o'clock in
second,
the morning.
Candy. You sit down, Carol. Wait a second. He was in your room. You were watching TV, right?
No.
What? What were you doing? Now, be honest.
Maury, I'm 65 years old. I'm old school.
Right.
I raised this child.
Yes, I know you did.
You raised me, but my man's in your room.
That don't mean that. I'm about to tell why he was in my room.
Carol wants to set the record straight.
I'm here to set the record straight, Maury. But I got to tell a part of my life
That you don't
that
like?
I don't want to tell.
Okay.
I've been smoking marijuana. I'll take care of you when I get back to Chicago. You brought me all the way here to put my business in the street.
Results, and if these results come back that y'all be messing with, I'm through with both of y'all. Both of y'all getting up out of my life.
Well, whatever. Wait a minute. You forget, you live with me.
You just
But
wanted
Joseph does things that I does. I've been smoking marijuana since '69. I'm a long cancer survivor. I'm a long cancer survivor. So I stopped. But he told me that he had some nice stuff.
Why would he tell my grandma that he got some nice stuff?
I ain't trying to hear what you saying. Hold it.
Was it marijuana that he was trying to show you, or was it his penis? That's what he was trying to show you. He showed you his penis, and you, my grandma,
He showed me a bag of marijuana.
That's it. That's it.
I owe him right to this day $5.
Okay. I've done thousands and thousands of shows. You are memorable. This is what Joe had to say.
I'm 25 years old, and I admit I like older women. But that does not mean that I'm sleeping with my girlfriend's 65-year-old grandmother. I enjoy spending quality time with Candy's grandmother. But it's nothing, we just watch movies and hang out. The minute I come home, Candy inspects my private part. That is downright degrading. I took a job at a barbecue restaurant just to provide for my family. When I get home, all I get is accused of cheating. We have a beautiful son together, and I want to make our family work. But the only way that's going to happen is if Candy stops with this nonsense.
Everybody, here's Joe. Welcome, Joe. Good to see you. Joe!
What I would do?
Joe, what would you consider her a friend?
A family member. She, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't see my son like I do. She opened her door. She ain't had to. That's her blessing for me.
So what are you doing in her bedroom?
Since when? When I haven't been in your bedroom unless you called me to come see something on the TV. You seen this? She accused.
4 o'clock in the morning,
all the time.
4 o'clock in the morning, though. 4 o'clock in the morning, really? Really?
4 o'clock in the morning.
Come on now.
I can't sit in my front room and text or be on my phone at 4 o'clock in the morning. I gotta be with her. She old enough to be my grandma, her grandma, your wife. What I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do, man? What I'm supposed to do? Come on, man. Come on, man. What I can do, man?
Don't let that fool y'all. He's like older women. Come on now.
But Candy, this is not, wait a second. This is something he admits to. He likes older women, right?
Yeah,
Not
you can't
just
be old. 45 and under. 65, I can't do that. What do we do with that?
Let's talk about other women.
Okay, that's cool.
You messing around with her, with other women?
I used to, yeah.
Used to? I got the results of the During your relationship with Candy, other than the 2 times she knows about, have you had sexual intercourse with another woman? You admitted to our lie detector administrator you have.
Flip the chair like that before it hits somebody, okay? Flip the chair like that. That was really hard. Okay?
The lie detector determined it was more than 5 women. During your relationship with Candy, have you paid for sex? You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
That's how you get in. That's all you do is lie. You can't never be real.
Sit down, baby.
You can't never be real. Ain't no sit down. Because you're a liar.
When you say you're at work,
and I'm done with you.
when you say sometimes when you say you're at work, are you actually having sexual intercourse with another woman? You said no. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Did you have sexual intercourse with Candy's grandmother, Carol, the night you walked out of her bedroom at 4 a.m.? You said no. The lie detector determined you're telling the truth.
I'm sorry, Mama.
Have you had any type of sexual contact with her grandmother, Carol? You said no. The lie detector determined you're telling the truth. What do you have to say to your grandmother?
I'm sorry, Mama.
No, I would never do you like that. I told you that.
This is the most important
Yes.
person in your world
Yes.
right now, other than your children. Joseph, you and Candy got a lot of talking to do.
A whole
We'll
lot.
be back right after this. After the show.
I'm sorry.
Candy wanted nothing to do with her man Joe after finding out He's had sex with more than 5 other women.
Don't touch me.
So what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, really, what's been going on?
I made a mistake, man. I apologize and I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I made a mistake.
But her grandmother Carol was there to try to console her. And executive producer Paul Fallhaber asked Carol one burning question.
Are you gonna let him live in your house?
No. He done did this to her own master to me. Come on now, we didn't have to come to Connecticut to do this.
And I asked you for the truth.
You have a child together. That's the problem.
I ate my own son.
I'm a great-great-grandmama. Now why am I in this mess? And I'm a
You should be
great-great-grandmama.
relaxing, hanging out at home.
I apologize and I'm sorry.
You gotta go out of here.
I'm sorry. And I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make my family proud.
Did Candy and her grandmother really kick Joe out of their house? Check out our Maury Facebook page right now for breaking updates on this story.